The wind outside whispered softly through the tall pines, brushing against the rough wooden walls of the small cabins. Inside, the frontier families huddled close, their breath mingling with the warmth of a slowly dying fire. Blankets were drawn around shoulders, and hands were tucked gently beneath chins, feeling the quiet strength of togetherness. The night stretched wide and still, and the cold could only touch the edges, never breaking the gentle rhythm of their slow, steady hearts. The snow outside lay heavy and soft, muffling all sound, and the world seemed to pause, holding its breath beneath a silver moon. In the dim glow, the smallest movements carried weightless meaning. A mother smoothed a child's hair, a father adjusted a woolen scarf, and the soft crackle of embers played a lullaby only they could hear. Shadows flickered on the walls, stretching like calm waves, and every sigh and whisper blended into a quiet song of warmth and care. The air smelled faintly of pine and hearth, and even the simplest gesture, a shared cup of warm broth, the gentle rocking of a chair, seemed enough to hold the long night at bay. Outside, the wind and snow moved slowly, deliberately, and inside, hearts matched the same gentle, unhurried pace. Time itself seemed soft, like it had been slowed to the rhythm of quiet breathing. Families rested in the simple trust of each other's presence, and the cold became just another part of the night's gentle embrace. The fire's glow faded inch by inch, leaving a calm darkness, dotted by the silver touch of moonlight through small windows. The world outside drifted on without hurry, and inside, warmth lingered, gentle and unbroken. Slowly, all small movements stilled, the night deepened, and a quiet hush settled, carrying the soft, endless stillness into the spaces between thought and dream. Outside, the moonlight stretched softly over the snow, casting pale, silver shadows that shifted ever so slowly across the frozen ground. The trees stood like quiet sentinels, their branches heavy but unhurried, bending gently with the weight of winter. Inside, the family moved as one gentle rhythm, voices low and measured, almost blending with the hush of the night. Every sound was softened, like a secret kept between the walls and the frost, and even the faint drip of melting ice seemed part of a slow, peaceful melody. Warmth curled around the room like a soft blanket, carrying the quiet comfort of knowing they were safe, together, and sheltered from the chill. A grandmother hummed a faint, almost forgotten tune, her voice gentle and wavering, wrapping the room in a steady calm. Small hands held small cups of warm tea, steam rising and fading into the dim air like tiny clouds of calm. The fire crackled once, then paused, as if listening to the night's careful rhythm, and the family's shadows shifted slowly, in harmony with the soft sway of the flames. Even the cold outside seemed distant now, softened by the walls, the blankets, and the shared closeness of simple presence. Every sigh and slow breath reminded them of the safety and stillness of these long winter nights, where time seemed to bend and stretch like quiet water. The hours drifted gently, without notice, carrying soft warmth and quiet togetherness. The snow outside settled silently, and the firelight slowly waned, leaving just a tender glow behind. Each movement, each whispered word, faded gradually, leaving a calm hush that wrapped the family like a gentle, unbroken silence. Slowly, the night deepened, and every heart seemed to match the gentle pace of the world outside. The wind, the trees, the moonlight, all moved softly, endlessly, and the quiet lingered, gentle and unending, until even thought itself became still. The night wrapped the cabins in a soft, silver hush, and the world beyond seemed to drift slowly, like a gentle river under moonlight. Inside, the family lay close, blankets tucked, hearts steady, moving with the quiet rhythm of a long winter's evening. Shadows stretched and softened on the walls, the glow of the fading fire painting everything in tender, warm light. Even the cold that pressed lightly against the windows could not reach the steady calm that filled the rooms, where small hands rested and soft breaths floated in time with the slow, quiet night. Outside, snowflakes fell in silence, drifting lazily through the air, each one melting into the soft white ground with no hurry at all. The trees bent gently under their weight, and the wind whispered a muted song, almost like a lullaby meant for no one in particular. Inside, the soft warmth lingered in every corner, and the family's quiet movements, turning a page, smoothing a blanket, a gentle sigh, blended seamlessly with the soft, unhurried hush of the night. Every sound, every slow breath, seemed enough to fill the long hours with gentle care, while the world outside moved at a pace that invited peace rather than concern. Time passed in soft, unbroken folds, and the fire's glow dimmed to the faintest warmth, leaving only tender shadows in its place. The family rested in this gentle quiet, carried by the night's calm and the slow, rhythmic comfort of each other's presence. The moon touched the snow with soft light, and the wind, the trees, the silent earth, all seemed to breathe quietly together. Slowly, the room sank deeper into stillness, and the world outside and inside flowed as one, soft and endless, until even thought itself rested in the gentle, unbroken hush. The sky outside stretched wide and quiet, a pale silver blanket that seemed to hold the world in soft stillness. Inside the cabin, the fire had dwindled to a gentle glow, flickering faintly across the walls and illuminating the slow, peaceful rise and fall of sleeping shoulders. Every sound was softened, the faint creak of wood, the whispered sigh of a child's breath, the quiet shuffle of blankets, and each one added to the serene rhythm of the night. The cold pressed lightly against the windows, yet inside, warmth and gentle presence filled every corner, carrying the soft assurance of safety and calm. The snow outside drifted lazily, tumbling down without hurry, settling like a silent, tender lullaby on the frozen ground. Trees swayed ever so gently, their branches bending under the weight of winter, yet nothing moved abruptly, nothing startled the quiet. Within the cabin, the family's movements were minimal and slow, guided by care and familiarity. A mother's hand rested lightly on a child's arm, a father's fingers smoothed a blanket, and the soft crackle of embers punctuated the quiet in a rhythm that matched the gentle heartbeat of the night. Every small gesture seemed enough to preserve the peace, and every breath became part of the soft song that carried through the long winter hours. Time itself seemed to pause, stretching each moment into a slow, endless flow. The firelight faded gradually, leaving the room bathed in tender shadows and pale moonlight. Outside, the wind whispered softly, brushing the trees and snow in a quiet, unhurried dance. Inside, the warmth lingered, the calm remained, and every heart moved with the gentle pace of the night. Slowly, all motion stilled. The room and the world outside blended into soft silence, and the long, gentle hush of the evening carried everything into a quiet, unbroken rest.